Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist one too. And all in between. This is for the absolute bigger, better, good God and truth of the leadership of you. If you believe that crossing all you are, right, through law and justice, right, negative with negativity, right, victims and crooks, instead of absolutely bigger and better, one positive and good, with all that's stated to reality, it's because you are living in an inferior way that is stated by faith. Not to insult anybody, but to tell you absolutely what's going on in reality. Okay, let's say you got a criminal, and this criminal, right, is anything from a petty thief to a murderer, right? Okay. Well, every time you cross negative, right, with the negativity of that person, right, instead of bringing them back one more positive, right, to be good as truth, to the bigger and better of all reality, the only thing you're producing through the victims and crooks of them, right, is one negative matter after another, because you're stating the victim a victim, you're stating the crook a crook, right, and you're stating jails and prisons instead of the absolute bigger, better of the good God and truth of all of them. And it is this simple. Only teach all you are to cross one more positive, to be good as truth, to only add up bigger and better than all negativity. Don't cross devilishly delusional antichrist, more beastly and animalistic to reality, man. Caging us and enslaving us inferior, right, to the reality check of what you're doing. It is suicide. Every time you cross and you take a person's life and you make it more negative, right, with the negativity of you can call it justice, but it's not. In reality, it's suicide. Not only are you killing yourself and that fool, right, to the reality check of your inferior leadership, right, you're destroying all God truth reality check with that example. Only follow this example of the God of all I am, of for everlasting peace, the absolute good truth of God, of Jesus Christ. One when crossed with all negativity, only cross one more positive to be good as truth. And was the absolute bigger and better of all. You can't kill that. That doesn't suffer out of reality and die ever. And because you don't state that way for all we are, right, to only be the bigger and better good as truth, we are not. And your faith, right, is a lie, because it doesn't bring all things negative back one positive and good. It calls them bad and neutral. And let me tell you something, there's nothing bad or neutral. You hear me? I yet to see a bad guy. I see a whole bunch of negatively deficient fools crossing suicidally deranged in reality check. Listen, if a person, right, is so deranged, right, that you feel you got to lock that person up for 20 or 30 years, well, let me explain something to you. If the world was the way it was supposed to be, right, check me out. You advise a fool to go home, man, and you let that fool know, right, that in reality check, some things will kill you to nothing and all you love with you. You hear me? Only make sure we get along. Only make sure we have homes. Only make sure we have a way to sustain all together, one together, right? The good truth of all, only crossing bigger and better. And if not, right, you're taking the negativity, right, from the outside of you. You're producing it out from the inside out of you, a negative matter, right? And this negative energy is the devil of you, right? Incarnated the Shiva shaft on your holy existence, man. To one neutral nothing. Listen to me. In the beginning, Adam crossed to the faith of Eve. Instead of back one positive to be good as truth, only adding up to the bigger and better of all God truth reality check. At the crucifixion, on both sides of Jesus was two fools that were thieves. One was negative and one was positive, right? The one negative, right, hated Jesus, man. But the one positive said, man, that's the good truth of God ever, man. He ain't never bothered nobody. And in reality check, you hear me? Jesus said, that's the good truth of God to you. I'm going to say I'll steal your life back. And he manned up. And that was the one who rolled back the tomb. That was the angel Mary seen, man. There was the two lights together that turned into Jesus, man. Don't you get that? In reality check, that's the full thief, man. God, King of all I am. The incarnated thief and Holy Spirit of all mankind's negativity, the one neutral nothing. I absolutely positively am. You hear me? Don't cross devilishly delusional, nutty, fruity, bushwhacking snakes on all mankind. Selling us out to the almighty dollar in reality check. You hear me? Because your life is a lie and it's a suicidal lie. And that lie is destroying you to one nothing as I speak. You hear me? One nothing of absolutely positively good here and now, only negatively deficient and inferior every way. Bond out with me, because if you don't know the reality check of you, it will be the one nothing of you, the one neutral nothing of you. Because if you're not crossing all you are back one positive to be good as truth, right? The only good you can be, right? In reality check, the bigger and better you is always negatively deficient. Always in a state of decay and disintegration. Always static, twisted, scattered, blind, and undefined on what to do. And in reality check, you're dying of it every way. Any way a fool can. The state of one positive from the inside out is the only light, joy, warmth, good God, or truth. Holy Spirit for everlasting peace. All will ever know or be. It's the state that all in body and matter is stated good to the truth of their shape, form, and mass. Only crossing bigger and better than all negativity. All atoms only cross in bond two or more, Christ-like, the example and life of Jesus Christ to make the good truth of God of every shape, form, and mass expressed, not to exclude every dimension of time and space you could think of, and every shape, form, and mass of God you could think of, absolutely, positively, to reality check. The state of one positive from the inside out is the substance, durability, and solidness. It is the value and volume, the density of all shape, form, and mass to the reality check of the here and now of them. And every time you cross negative with negativity, blind with faith, the only way you can, fully, you hear me? Fully blind with faith, right? You are in a state of decay and disintegration, crisscrossing with your bad, inferior way. To a one neutral, nothing, dust the wind at the beginning, and good riddance. Listen, if you want to cage mankind and war with mankind, right, instead of spinning all you are, man, right, making us bigger and better, positive and good as truth, well, I'm just going to tell you the reality check of that. Fuck you. That's God, truth reality check. From the full thief, man, God, King of all I am. That's God. That's truth. That's reality check. Check the facts.